in these areas. What this clause aims to do is it tries to basically establish a framework through which flooding can be combated and so that this menace can be eliminated. Because the sharing of the water resources is already a big enough problem on its own. And additionally, on top of that, what we have now is that farmers that do end up establishing agricultural systems, end up establishing irrigational systems, end up losing out on it when these floods take place. Subclause A, for example, asks for monitoring of the water level so that warning systems can be put into place so that farmers know beforehand if floods are to occur. Subclause B asks for controlling of the amount of floods through various measures that you can see. We will also ask that amendments be made and additional proposals be made as to how flooding can be combated. Therefore, please vote for this clause. Thank you.
Is the expert open to questions?
As many for that.
Are there any missing information at this time? UNWTO and Safa, you have the recognized.
The expert of the WTO thinks that this clause raises a lot of great points, but I was just wondering, who is going to be doing this monitoring and controlling and making sure that the above are stated? Is it going to be the UN or the countries or NGOs or...
Thank you for your question, expert. This is why in subclause B, subclause 1, we mentioned the UN and BIP, which is a panel that was created in a previous clause. And the reason we mention the UN and BIP is because it composes of further organizations, including the Nile Basin Initiative. And through this, when a framework is in fact established, then NGOs who think that they can help farmers, who can help countries combat this, can come forward and help can be asked for accordingly.
Our follow-up?
That will be granted.
What about for subclauses A and C, when there's no one mentioned?
Thank you for your question. Actually, this can be done by the local and or national governments, or it can be done through help by non-government organizations. It will really depend on what technology is already present within the country.
And Safa, you have the recognized.
Safa is just hoping for some clarification or explanation about the hydrology transport model, how it exactly works. Is it just people watching the water and then somehow being able to notify farmers about it? So Safa is just a little bit confused and wants to hope for some clarification.
Thank you for your question, expert. However, this expert does not know exactly how the hydrology transfer models work, and would hope that the main submitter will come up after the expert to explain precisely what they do. But from what the delegate understands, these models are basically used to model what the water levels will be predicted beforehand. So that's sort of like a weather forecast you may see on TV. You can have a flood forecast that may show not just when floods will happen, but to what level the floods will rise so that farmers know if they actually need to evacuate or not. But the expert does call on the main submitter to explain that further.
Are there any other points of information at this time? As there are none, will the experts please yield the floor to the chair?
We yield the floor to the chair.
Are there any other experts wishing to take the floor at this time?